Wisdom never becomes perfect in one whose mind is not steadfast, who knows not the good teaching and whose faith wavers. Dwelling in the cave of the heart, the mind, without form, wanders far and alone. Those who subdue this mind are liberated from the bonds of Mara. Wisdom never becomes perfect in one whose mind is not steadfast, who knows not the good teaching and whose faith wavers. There is no fear for an awakened one, whose mind is not sodden by lust, nor afflicted by hate, and who has gone beyond both merit and demerit. The Arahat is said to be beyond both merit and demerit, because as he has abandoned all defilements, he can no longer perform evil actions, and as he has no more attachment, his virtuous actions no longer bear kamic fruit. Who shall overcome this earth, this realm of Yama and this sphere of men and gods? Who shall bring to perfection the well-taught path of wisdom as an expert garland maker would his floral design? A striver on the path shall overcome this earth, this realm of Yama and this sphere of men and gods. The striver on the path shall bring to perfection the well-taught path of wisdom as an expert garland maker would his floral design. The striver on the path, Seka. One who has achieved any of the first 3 stages of supramundane attainment. A stream enterer, once returner, or non-returner. Realizing that this body is like froth, penetrating its mirage-like nature, and plucking out Mara's flower-tipped arrows of sensuality, go beyond sight of the king of death. As a mighty flood sweeps away the sleeping village, so death carries away the person of distracted mind who only plucks the flowers of pleasure. The destroyer brings under his sway the person of distracted mind who, insatiate in sense desires, only plucks the flowers of pleasure. As a bee gathers honey from the flower without injuring its color or fragrance, even so the sage goes on his alms round in the village. Let none find fault with others. Let none see the omissions and commissions of others, but let one see one's own acts, done and undone. Like a beautiful flower full of color, but without fragrance, even so, fruitless are the fair words of one who does not practice them. Like a beautiful flower full of color, and also fragrant, even so, fruitful are the fair words of one who practices them. As from a great heap of flowers many garlands can be made, even so should many good deeds be done by one born immortal. Not the sweet smell of flowers, not even the fragrance of sandal, tagara, or jasmine blows against the wind, but the fragrance of the virtuous blows against the wind. Truly, the virtuous man pervades all directions with the fragrance of his virtue. Of all the fragrances, sandal, tagara, blue lotus, and jasmine, the fragrance of virtue is the sweetest. Faint is the fragrance of tagara and sandal, but excellent is the fragrance of the virtuous, wafting even amongst the gods. Mara never finds the path of the truly virtuous, who abide in heedfulness and are freed by perfect knowledge. Upon a heap of rubbish in the roadside ditch blooms a lotus, fragrant and pleasing. Even so, on the rubbish heap of blinded mortals, the disciple of the supremely enlightened one shines resplendent in wisdom. Long is the night to the sleepless. Long is the league to the weary. Long is worldly existence to fools who know not the sublime truth. Should a seeker not find a companion who is better or equal, let him resolutely pursue a solitary course. There is no fellowship with the fool. The fool worries thinking, I have sons, I have wealth. Indeed, when he himself is not his own, whence are sons, whence is wealth? A fool who knows his foolishness is wise at least to that extent, but a fool who thinks himself wise is a fool indeed. Though all his life a fool associates with a wise man, he no more comprehends the truth than a spoon tastes the flavor of the soup. Though only for a moment a discerning person associates with a wise man, quickly he comprehends the truth, just as the tongue tastes the flavor of the soup. Fools of little wit are enemies unto themselves as they move about doing evil deeds, the fruits of which are bitter. Ill done is that action of doing which one repents later, and the fruit of which one, weeping, reaps with tears. Well done is that action of doing which one repents not later, and the fruit of which one reaps with delight and happiness. So long as an evil deed has not ripened, the fool thinks it as sweet as honey, but when the evil deed ripens, the fool comes to grief. Month after month, a fool may eat his food with the tip of a blade of grass, but he still is not worth a 16th part of those who have comprehended the truth. Truly, an evil deed committed does not immediately bear fruit. Like milk that does not turn sour all at once, but smoldering, it follows the fool like fire covered by ashes.